What is going on, guys? It is Constable Chen coming back at you with another Madden 17 video, and in today's video we are doing another college team in Madden 17, and that team is none other than the Miami Hurricanes, or the U, also called, which happens to be my favorite team in college football because when I was growing up, those early 2000 teams, arguably some of the best college team, I would say, ever. They developed so much NFL talent out of those early 2000s Miami Hurricanes teams. So I'm just going to rattle off a couple names, that players that used to play at the University of Miami, and then we will do a kind of a little roster breakdown of this Hurricanes team. I picked the Miami Dolphins for this simulation. So Michael Irvin, Ed Reed, Sean Taylor, Ray Lewis, Warren Sapp, Andre Johnson, Jim Kelly, Reggie Wayne, Vince Wilfork, Santana Moss, Clinton Portis, Edgerrin James, Frank Gore, Willis McGahee are some running backs there. Devin Hester, he was a god returning kicks there. Jeremy Shockey, good tight end. Jesse Armstead was a linebacker, just him with Jonathan Vilma. Antrell Roll, Greg Olson, Kellen Winslow, some good tight ends there. Who else? Brandon Merriweather was pretty good at college. And also Dwayne Johnson. People know him as, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The Rock. He's like a huge movie star now. He actually played linebacker. I think he actually played defensive line at the University of Miami, so that's pretty interesting. So a lot of good players played at the University of Miami. My favorite team in college football. So let's review this Miami Dolphins team, and then we'll do a little simulation and see how they do. So let's start off with the quarterback. I did create 3 players for the simulation, a couple legends that used to play there. So start off Jim Kelly at quarterback, cancer survivor. Got to respect that. Played Buffalo, had some success there. So I created him. I also have Jake Heaps and Stephen Morris. So I obviously wanted to create a quarterback, and Jim Kelly I would say was the best Miami quarterback to ever play there because they're really not known as a school producing good quarterbacks, but they do make, I would say, they make good running backs. Receivers, pretty good, not as of late. Tight ends, they make really good tight ends. It seems they always come there. And linebackers, D-line, and safeties, I would say as well. I got those positions are pretty good on this team. So Lamar Miller, Frank Gore, Duke Johnson, and Mike James are my running backs. Fullback is Chase Ford. Couldn't find a fullback, so I just moved Chase Ford, who is a tight end, to a fullback. Wide receivers, we have Alan Hearns, Travis Benjamin, Andre Johnson, Philip Dorsett, the speedster, Devin Hester, who's one of my favorite players growing up just because he's a return god, Leonard Hankerson, as well as the number 6 receiver. And then we get to the tight ends, which I said Miami always usually produces good tight ends. So they got Jimmy Graham, Greg Olson, and Clive Walford, so that's looking real good. O-line, not so good. I'd say the 2 best O-lines on this team are Eric Flowers at left tackle and Linder at center. So we have Flowers, 75. Then we have Orlando Franklin, left guard. Center is Brandon Linder. Right guard is Harlan Gunn. I think I got him in free agency. Same with this Chantrell Henderson, got him in free agency as well. And then we get to the defense. That's highlighted by Olivier Vernon on the D-line, who is an 89 overall. Defensive end is Calais Campbell, and then I got Alan Bailey from the Kansas City Chiefs. Defensive tackle, we have Big Daddy Vince Wilfork, 81 overall. Then we got 2 guys I think I got in free agency. Then we get to the linebacking core. Sean Spence, this is my left outside linebacker, 74 overall. Middle linebacker, we come to the second player that it created, Ray Lewis. Everyone knows how good his professional career was with the Baltimore Ravens. Very good player, so I recreated him. He also had a very good collegiate career as well. Just arguably one of the best linebackers to ever play the game. So he's 99 overall. I think everything but his speed I boosted 99. I didn't want to make it too ridiculous, but like strength, play rec, all that. I missed his tackling. His tackling is only a 65, so I got to boost that up after. But I'm sure he might win Defensive Rookie of the Year, maybe. Then we got Ray Armstrong, right outside linebacker. We got Denzel Perryman from the Chargers. Then we get to the secondary, Sam Shields from the Packers, Artie Burns from the Steelers, Gunter from the Packers as well. Brandon Harris, McGee, and Tracy Howard all in free agency. Then we get to the safeties. We have Kenny Phillips, used to be a New York Giant. Deion Bush, think he's a rookie for the Bears. I'm probably going to start him at free safety. Then we get to my last player that I created. It was either between Sean Taylor and Ed Reed. Ed Reed's just such a good player. But Sean Taylor, between him and Devin Hester, they're definitely 1A and 1B as my favorite players growing up. Sean Taylor, just such a hard-hitting safety. Arguably, I'd say the best safety when he was playing for the Redskins. It's him and Landry in that secondary, like two of the hardest-hitting safeties on the same team. Like, it was unreal. So I wanted to honor him because, he passed away a while ago, and he's one of my favorite players. So I made him 99 overall as well. And then we got the veterans, Antrell Roll and Brandon Merriweather backing him up. Kicker is Matt Bosher. He's actually the punter for the Falcons. Couldn't find a kicker, so I just moved Bosher to a kicker. And then Pat O'Donnelly is the Bears kicker, Bears punter, and he's going to be our punter. So that's the quick breakdown of this Miami Hurricane team. I also have quite a bit of high draft picks. I got 3 first-rounders this year and a second, just because players like Jarvis Landry, Ryan Tannehill, Cameron Wake, those players that didn't go to Miami on this Dolphins team when I started, basically traded them away for draft picks. So hopefully in the draft we find some Hurricane players that are hopefully first-round talent. But in the past, usually the computer really doesn't generate the players that I want for that school. It seems like a lot of Wisconsin players in the draft. I'm not sure if you guys noticed that. But when I did Wisconsin, they totally screwed me over. But enough talking, let's do a little simulation. I think I'll do 3 years, see if we could hopefully make a Super Bowl with this Miami Hurricane team. Got to work on that O-line, maybe get some better receivers, and we will see. So I'm going to start simming, and we will catch up with you guys in the playoffs. So here we are in the playoffs. We made the divisional record is 12-4, and we play the 7-9 Jacksonville Jaguars. I already spent player XP. I'll show you who went up in overall. Jim Kelly's a 99 with that +2 confidence boost. Lamar Miller's 90. Alan Hearn's 87 with that confidence boost. I got 299 overall tight ends. Brandon Linder's an 88. Flowers stayed the same. Defensively, Denzel Perryman's an 86. Deion Bush 71. Artie Burns went up to a 76. Really, that's it. O'Donnell, my punter, went from like a 77 to an 84, so that's pretty big upgrade there. So we'll take a look at stats and see how the guys did. So Jim Kelly, 4,360 yards, 32 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Rushing, Lamar Miller, 1,340 yards, 15 touchdowns. And then receiving, we have Travis Benjamin, 87 receptions for 835 and 2 touchdowns. Alan Hearn, 79 catches for 1,173 yards and 14 touchdowns. That's pretty good. And Jimmy Graham, 75 receptions for 928 and 8 touchdowns. Defensively, Denzel Perryman led the team with 118 tackles. Ray Lewis was second with 108. Quarterback sacks was Olivier Vernon with 14. Calais Campbell had 11. And this rookie defensive tackle had 10.5. And interceptions, Ray Lewis had 7. Very good year for him. And Sam Shields had 4. And Gunter had 2. Kicking, Bosher was 81%. So that's decent. Punting, O'Donnell, 44.4 yards an attempt. Devin Hester had a kick return for a touchdown. And Sean Taylor had a punt return for a touchdown. So let's take a look at our team stats. Offense was ranked 6th in the NFL, which is pretty good, and defensively 8th in the NFL. So pretty good there. So I'm gonna, instead of simming in game, I'm just gonna go like this and advance to next week just to speed up this process, and we will see if we're moving on. So looks like I did beat Jacksonville 35-21, and we do play the Kansas City Chiefs this week. They always do pretty good in simulation. 13-3 is their record, so I'm going to advance to the Super Bowl. Where is it? There we go, and we will see if we are playing in the Super Bowl. Looks like we are in the Super Bowl in year number 1 with the Hurricanes. Really didn't expect this. We played the 13-3 Redskins. I think we have the team to win it all, so I'm going to sim it in-game, and we will see if we are Super Bowl champions. Alright, the Super Bowl is underway. We are both rated 83 overall, so it should be a pretty even game. Looks like Washington's winning 13-3. I get a field goal. They add a touchdown, 22. Okay, I get a touchdown. They add a field goal, 23-13. And it looks like that's going to put it out of reach. 30-13, I get a late touchdown, but that doesn't mean anything. I lose in the Super Bowl year number 1 with this Hurricanes team, 30-20, but still made the Super Bowl in year number 1, so we could build on that for next year. So I'm going to do the draft. I haven't scouted yet. Hopefully there are some good Miami players that we could add to this team that could help us out. And I will pick it up with you guys in the draft recap. So in the draft recap, only found 2 Miami players in this whole draft, and I picked them both in the first round. This guy was a top 5 player in the draft, so I picked him. 81 overall defensive tackle, normal development, but still very good player. And then this guy wasn't predicted till 3rd round, but I had a couple first, so I just took him with a first round picks. 71 overall, normal development, decent attributes, so basically just got to boost up his awareness. So those are the only 2 players I found in the draft. I'm going to advance the week and just check if there's any undrafted free agents, rookies. And then if so, I'll pick them up and then show you guys my team quick, any changes or anything. And then we will sim to the playoffs in year number 2. Before we start simming year number 2, there are some changes I want to go over with you guys. Starting with wide receivers, Andre Johnson and Devin Hester both retired, so I only have 4 on the roster. Going to be starting a rookie tackle at right tackle. Got him in the first round, like you guys saw before. Other than that, everything stays the same. Defensively, going to be starting this guy over Vince Wilfork. Vince Wilfork's 34. He's going to be going down, and overall, this guy's kind of on the up. Wilfork's on the down. Other than that, really everything, all the starters are going to be the same. So, same idea, going to sim to the playoffs. We'll see what our record is and see if we can make it to the Super Bowl. So, in the playoffs in year 2, we do have to play in the wild card, even though our record is 12-4. Last year, our record was also 12-4, but we had played in the divisional. So, we play the 9-7 Tennessee Titans. I did spend player XP already. Kelly is now that 99 overall quarterback. Other than that, Alan Turns went from an 85 to an 88. Eric Flowers, 75 to a 78. This Hackett guy went from a 71 to a 78 with that confidence boost. I think that's it for offense. Defensively, my defensive tackles rookie has a +2 confidence boost. And Gunter went to a 78. Deion Bush went from 71 to a 75. Perryman's an 88 with that confidence boost. Other than that, that's really all the players I think that went up in overall. So let's take a look at some stats here. Last year, our offense was 6th in the league. Now it's 5th, so that improved. And our defense was 8th last year, and it's 18th this year. So that kind of dropped off a little bit. So let's take a look at some stats. Jim Kelly, 4,307 yards, 30 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Rushing, Lamar Miller, 1,373 yards, 12 touchdowns. Receiving, Alan Hearns, 92 catches for 1,269 yards, 14 touchdowns. Travis Benjamin, 91 catches for 829 and 4 touchdowns. Defense, Denzel Perryman led the team with 136 tackles at the right outside linebacker spot. And quarterback sacks was Calais Campbell with 15. Denzel Perryman had 5 interceptions. Ray Lewis had 7, another very good year from him. And Sean Taylor had 4. So now I'm going to sim to the Super Bowl to save us some time instead of simming every game. And we will see if we are playing in the Super Bowl. So I'm not playing in the Super Bowl, so I'm looking at the league schedule, seeing who I lost to, and I did lose in the wildcard game against the 9-7 Tennessee Titans. I don't feel bad, though, because when we go see who's playing in the Super Bowl, it's the Seahawks versus the Titans. So the Titans went the long route, beat me in the wild card, and then play the Seahawks in the Super Bowl, but I see the Seahawks probably winning that over the Titans. So that's year number 2 in the books. We'll do one more year. Haven't scouted yet, but hopefully there's some pretty good players in the draft. And I will pick it up with you guys in the draft recap again, and then we will get year number 3 underway. So in the draft recap, picked up a couple Miami players. 2 of them were actually first-round talent. So this defensive end speed rusher, quick development, 78 overall, so that's good. And then I picked up a wide receiver, that's 73. Unfortunately, slow development, which kind of sucks. And then I also got a center in the late first, 75 overall, normal development, good player. And then I got a cornerback that's 66, 2 defensive tackles, one's 67, one's 58, and then I got a fullback that's 71, and the rest of the guys I just sim the rest of the draft because that's all the Miami guys I could find. I'll just have to cut those guys. So I'm going to advance to the week, see if there's any undrafted rookies from Miami. If not, I'll show you guys my team quick, and then we will sim to the playoffs again. So heading into year number 3, couple changes to note. Starting a rookie fullback, so I let go Chase Ford. Starting a rookie right guard, also Frank Gore retired, so Duke Johnson's the number 2 running back. And what else? On defense, I moved Calais Campbell to defensive tackle, so I'm starting this Presley rookie, 78 overall, quick development. And other than that, everything else stays the same. So we are going to sim to the playoffs, and we will hopefully be in a position to make the Super Bowl. Playoffs, year number 3, we made the divisional round at 10-6 as our record, so kind of dropped off. We were 12-4 the first 2 seasons with the Miami Hurricanes. I already spent player XP. This is what everyone went up to. Lamar Miller's a 91 confidence boost. Phil Dorsett, 78. Rookie right guard's a 79. 2-year pro right tackle is a 78. Graham and Olsen kind of going down because they're getting up there in age. Defensively, that defensive tackle drafted last year is an 85. Calais Campbell, 87. That rookie defensive end's an 81. Perryman, 88. Dion Bush, 76. That's really about it. So let's take a look at some stats, and then we will sim to the Super Bowl, see if we play in the Super Bowl. So Jim Kelly, 4,652 yards, 38 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Rushing, Lamar Miller, 1,487 yards, 12 touchdowns, and Duke Johnson had 446 and 15 touchdowns. Receiving, Travis Benjamin, 97 receptions for 883 and 3 touchdowns. Alan Hearns, 91 receptions for 1,335 yards, 11 touchdowns. And Philip Dorsett, 87 receptions for 1,013 yards and 11 touchdowns. Defensively, Denzel Perryman led in tackles again with 109. Ray Lewis had 105. Quarterback sacks was Olivier Vernon with 10.5. Presley, the rookie, at 9.5. And Calais Campbell at defensive tackle had 9. And interceptions, Ray Lewis led, I believe, all 3 years. He had 5 this year. Sam Shields, Artie Burns had 2 apiece. So our offense, second in the NFL, so that went up. We were 6th first year, 5th second year. And our defense also went up. 18th last year, 6th this year. So everything went up except our record kind of slipped off, but still in the divisional, so we can advance right to the Super Bowl, and we will see if we're playing in the Super Bowl yet again. So here we are, Super Bowl. We play the 15-1 Philadelphia Eagles. Looks like they're just a powerhouse. So I'm going to sim it in game, and we will see if we could win a Super Bowl with the Miami Hurricanes. So Super Bowl year 3, play the Eagles. They're 84 overall, and this Hurricane team is 86. And looks like we are actually winning 28-7. Heading into the 4th, Philly gets a touchdown. I add a touchdown, 35-14, and that is going to do it. We won the Super Bowl. So we were able to make it to 2 Super Bowls. We lost in year 1, got knocked out in the wild card year 2, and won the Super Bowl in year number 3. So hope you guys enjoyed. Looks like the Super Bowl MVP is Lamar Miller. Not sure what his stats were. Usually it pops up. But hope you guys enjoyed. Comment on other schools you want to do. For smaller schools, like someone said Washington a while ago, but they don't have enough players to like make a full team. So I don't know if I should like combine 2 teams, if that would be interesting. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I really would appreciate it. And we will see you in the next video.